Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Steffy Forrester will continue her campaign to save her baby daddy Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. It looks like Liam might cave and do chemotherapy to treat his tumor, but only on one condition. Will Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missinswood, leave her husband to save her ex? Here's what we know so far, hot new B and B spoilers down below. It's no secret that Liam Spencer has been trying, unsuccessfully, to get back together with his ex-wife Steffy. In fact, Dollar Bill's son doesn't even care that she is married to Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. Liam cornered married Steffy on more than one occasion, shared a steamy kiss with her, and has tried to encourage her to dump the good doctor. Despite Liam's advances, Steffy has stayed true to her husband and shut him down every time. Now Liam is battling cancer and laying in his deathbed. Thanks to Finn's medical expertise, she's very aware of her baby daddy's grim prognosis, and she knows that if Liam doesn't begin treatment soon, it will be too late. After watching his mother battle cancer and succumbing to chemo treatments, the Spencer heir is skeptical of chemotherapy and ready to throw in the towel. This week on Bold and Beautiful, Leon told Finn he could tell that he only had a few days left, and he asked his former rival to look out for his kids if he didn't make it. When Steffy learns how dire Liam Spencer's situation is from Finn, B and B spoilers say she will try to convince him to save himself for his kids. Rumor has it she may even go as far as to leave town with Liam to look after him while he gets treatment for his tumor. Jacqueline Missinswood has a maternity leave coming up, and that would be the perfect excuse to take her off the canvas. Will she fall in love with Liam all over again while she's out of town nursing him back to health? Would Steffy actually dump Finn for dying Liam? The sun-drenched cliffs of Malibu were a world away from the storm that brewed inside Steffy Forrester's heart. The ocean shimmered in 1,000 shades of blue, but all Steffy saw was the tortured face of Liam Spencer, her ex-husband, the father of her daughter, and the man she once promised to leave in the past. But some ghosts never stay buried. A cry for help. It all began with a single phone call that shattered the quiet morning at the Cliff house. Steffy was at the kitchen counter, half listening to Kelly prattle on about her new painting, when her phone buzzed with Liam's name. Her breath caught in her throat. She hadn't spoken to Liam in weeks, not since she'd made it crystal clear she was done with the tug-of-war between him and Finn. Yet something in the desperate tone of his voicemail had her pulse quickening. "Steffy, please, I don't have much time." Those words echoed in her mind, sending chills down her spine. Steffy's protective instincts roared to life. She called him back immediately, only to hear his voice so faint she could barely make out the words. "Steffy, I'm at the cabin. Something's wrong. I need you." Racing against time, Steffy didn't hesitate. She told Kelly to stay with Amelia and sped down the Pacific Coast Highway, her heart pounding like a drum. She didn't know what she'd find at the cabin. All she knew was that Liam was in danger, and she had to be there. She arrived to find the door ajar, the smell of smoke drifting out. Liam was sprawled on the floor, his skin pale and clammy, his breaths shallow. Panic shot through her as she knelt beside him. "Liam. Liam, can you hear me?" She shook him gently, tears already blurring her vision. He stirred, opening his eyes just enough to see her. "Steffy, you came." Secrets unraveled. Steffy called 911, her hands shaking as she relayed the situation. As they waited for the paramedics, Liam clutched her hand with surprising strength. "There's something I need to tell you," he rasped, his voice barely audible. "Finn, he's not who you think he is." Steffy's mind reeled. "What are you talking about?" "Liam, save your energy." "No, you need to know." His grip tightened. "I overheard Finn, he's been lying to you. There's something he's hiding. I didn't want to believe it, but you're in danger, Steffy." The words hit her like a sucker punch. She wanted to dismiss them as the feverish ramblings of a dying man, but the raw fear in Liam's eyes told her otherwise. Before she could press him for more, the paramedics burst in, lifting Liam onto a stretcher. Steffi rode with him to the hospital, her mind a whirl of confusion and dread. Confessions and consequences. At the hospital, Dr. Bridget Forrester took over Liam's care. "He's weak and dehydrated, but we're stabilizing him," Bridget said gently. "He'll need rest, Steffi." Steffi nodded, her eyes never leaving Liam's pale face. She brushed a lock of hair from his forehead, her heart aching. She remembered every sweet moment they'd shared, every tear they'd shed. "Why now, Liam?" she whispered. "Why bring up Finn? What do you know?" Finn's arrival. Just then, Finn arrived, his face drawn with worry. "Steffi, what happened?" "I came as soon as I heard." Steffi turned to him, her mind spinning. "Liam was found unconscious at the cabin. He's saying things, Finn, things about you." Finn frowned. "What things?" Steffi hesitated. "He said you're hiding something from me, that I'm in danger." For a split second, something flickered in Finn's eyes, something she couldn't name. But then he was all calm concern. "Steffi, he's delirious. You know how Liam can get when he's upset." But doubt had already begun to seep into Steffi's mind. She'd seen too much heartbreak in this town to blindly trust anyone. Old flames and new doubts. As Liam lay in his hospital bed, Steffi sat by his side, holding his hand. When he woke, she asked him again what he'd meant. "Finn, he's connected to someone dangerous," Liam said, wincing with effort. "I heard him on the phone. He's been covering for someone. I don't know who, but it's not safe." Steffi's blood ran cold. She thought of Sheila Carter, of all the ways she'd wormed her way into their lives. Could Finn really be hiding something to protect Sheila? Torn between two worlds. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi's thoughts raced. Finn came home that night, his shoulders tense, his eyes searching her face. "You're quiet," he said softly. "Tell me what you're thinking." "I'm thinking about Liam," Steffi admitted. "About what he said." Finn's jaw tightened. "Steffi, I love you. I would never hurt you. Don't let Liam's paranoia get in your head." But Steffi couldn't silence the voice in her heart. She had spent years fighting to protect her family. If Liam was telling the truth, she had to find out, no matter what it cost her. A love reignited. In the days that followed, Steffi spent every spare moment by Liam's side. She watched the color slowly return to his cheeks, the spark of life flickering in his eyes once more. She couldn't deny the way her heart skipped a beat when he smiled at her, the way his hand lingered on hers just a moment too long. One afternoon, as she helped him sip water, Liam caught her gaze. "Steffi, do you remember when we used to dream about the future?" he murmured. She looked away, her throat tight. "Liam, don't." "Yeah, I know I hurt you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "But if this is my last chance to tell you, I never stopped loving you." A choice to make. Steffi's mind was a battlefield. She loved Finn. He was the father of her son, the man who had stood by her through so much. But Liam, he was her first love, the one who had shaped her heart in ways she could never forget. As Liam grew stronger, he opened up more about what he'd overheard. "I don't have proof," he said, frustration etched in his features. "But I know what I heard. Finn's protecting Sheila, or someone else connected to her." Steffi couldn't ignore it anymore. She confronted Finn at home, her voice trembling. "Tell me the truth, Finn. Are you hiding something?" Finn's shoulders slumped, his eyes haunted. "Steffi, there are things I can't explain, things I didn't want to drag you into." "Then drag me in," she said fiercely. "I need the truth. The ultimate betrayal." As Finn hesitated, Steffi's phone buzzed with a new voicemail. She played it, her heart pounding. It was a recording of Finn's voice, talking to someone in hushed, urgent tones. "We can't let Steffi find out. If she does, it'll destroy everything." Steffi's face went white. "How long?" she asked, her voice a whisper. Finn reached for her, his eyes pleading. Steffy, please. She pulled away. How long have you been lying to me, Finn? How long have you been protecting Sheila? Torn apart. The truth cut her like a knife. Steffi packed a bag for herself and the kids, tears streaming down her face as she walked out of the home she'd shared with Finn. She went straight to Liam's hospital room, her heart in pieces. He looked up at her, his eyes soft with understanding. Steffi, she nodded, her voice shaking. I can't stay with him, Liam. Not if he's been lying to me about Sheila. I need to know you'll be there for me. Liam's hand covered hers, his touch grounding. I'll always be there for you, Steffi, always. A dangerous future. Steffi's decision set off a firestorm. Finn begged her to stay to believe in their love, but Steffi couldn't silence the fear in her heart. She needed to protect her children, to find the truth even if it meant turning her back on the man she thought she'd spend forever with. Meanwhile, Sheila watched from the shadows, a wicked smile on her lips. She'd always known Steffi was the key to Liam's heart, and now, the perfect storm was brewing. As Liam recovered, he and Steffi grew closer, their old connection reigniting like a flame. They spent long nights talking about what might have been, and what could still be. But even as Steffi found comfort in Liam's arms, she couldn't shake the guilt that clawed at her. She still loved Finn, despite everything. Was she making a mistake? A twist of fate. Just when Steffi thought she'd made her choice, a shocking revelation rocked her world. Liam's blood tests came back with alarming results. He had been poisoned, and not by accident. Steffi realized with horror that Finn had been right. Someone was trying to destroy them all. But who? She raced to confront Finn, desperate for answers. She found him at Sheila's old hideout, his face a mask of anguish. Steffi, he said hoarsely. It's not what you think. I was trying to protect you. Sheila's after us all. She's the one who poisoned Liam. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you in danger. Tears filled her eyes. Finn, why didn't you trust me? I didn't want to lose you, he said, his voice breaking. I thought I could stop her, but I was wrong. A final choice. Steffi stood at the crossroads of her heart. She had Liam, whose love had never wavered, and Finn, who had kept secrets to protect her. The choice wasn't easy. In the end, it was the fire in Finn's eyes, the raw desperation in his voice, that pulled her back. I can't walk away from you, Finn, she said, her voice fierce. But you have to promise me, no more lies. We fight this together. He pulled her into his arms, his relief palpable. Together, he whispered. Cliffhanger. But as they embraced, neither of them saw the shadowy figure lurking in the doorway. Sheila, her eyes gleaming with triumph. You can't outrun me, Steffi, she murmured. Not now, not ever. And just like that, the tangled web of love and betrayal grew even more twisted. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.